Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Shalene. Edwin Yunis, Datta Prasad Gaonkar and Rama Mandrekar, arrested in the Sonali Fogart case, were produced before the Sessions Court Panjim on Sunday. The court granted 5 days police custody to all 3 accused. So far, total of 5 accused have been arrested in this case. 3 of them are booked for peddling drugs. Meanwhile, the advocate for Edwin Yunis, the purported owner of Curly's Beach Shack, has denied that the beachside club belongs to his client.
The Sessions Court granted 5 days police custody to the 3 accused, Edwin Yunis, Datta Prasad Gaonkar and Rama Mandrekar. 3 of them are booked for peddling of drugs. The advocate for Edwin Yunis, the purported owner of Curly's, has denied that the beachside club belongs to his client.
We had moved a bail for Edwin before this court since the FIR shows that the said methamphetamine was weighed with the polythene bag. So the weight was 2.20 grams as shown in the Panchanama. Therefore the bail was moved here to say that the weight of the polythene bag cannot be considered under NDPS Act, not a prohibited substance, and therefore this court would have a jurisdiction to deal with the bail. The opposite party or the prosecution argued that this court would have no jurisdiction to deal with the bail because he's been booked under section 22B. So that was our overall argument with respect to the bail of Edwin, and then the order is passed rejecting our bail. So we are waiting for the order copy.
What is the reason given for the...
No, we do not know because we are waiting for the order copy. It was only pronounced it is rejected.
So what are your plans for the future? How are you going to tackle this case?
We are going to file in a NDPS court now. Next. A prosecution argued that since he is booked under 22B of NDPS Act, the bail will lie before NDPS court and not before magistrate.
So what are the sections that have been pressed against Edwin, sir?
You will be moving to NDPS.
NDPS court, yes.
So 5-day custody has been given to Anjuna also. In what regards the custody has been?
They wanted.
Sonali,
I don't think so. You have to mix these two cases.
They are separate cases.
They are totally separate cases.
No, sir, but on what grounds was the custody granted?
No, we do not know. Once we get a bail order, in that bail order, it will be written down.
No, the arguments put up by the prosecution.
They wanted to have the documentation because our claim is that he is not the owner of the Curly's. He is not an owner at all. So we do under section 25. They need to under section 25 of NDPS Act. They need to show the Curly's were managed by someone or who is the owner of this person or under whose control this place was. Now our claim is clear that he is not the owner of the place.
So in what capacity is he connected to Curly's?
No, we do not know. That is exactly what I am asking the prosecution.
But he was running it?
No, we are not saying anything. So there is no document with respect to anything to that extent.
So landowner is Edwin.
Paper, sir, then Curly's
No, he is not.
Who is he? Caretaker? He's not the owner.
Who's the real owner?
On paper, who's the real owner?
That we have filed, that we will keep for later.
Who is the owner? So who is the owner of this Curly's club?
No, see, legally he is not a owner of
He
this
is
place.
associated to Curly.
No, not. We are saying on the paper, there is no paper to say that he owns the ownership rights.
So
Clinton D'Souza and Devendra Gaonkar for Herald TV.
Chief Minister Pramod Sawant has said he has ordered a thorough investigation into the Sonali Fogart death case. He said the Haryana CM had spoken to him and requested thorough investigation. He said Fogart's family members met him and urged that CBI take over the case. If required, we will give this case to CBI. The Goa police are thoroughly investigating the case. All the guilty will be brought to the book, he assured.
Goa Chief Minister has said if required, we will give the Sonali Fogart case to the CBI. Drug peddlers, hoteliers, whoever is guilty will be punished, he said. Asked about the issue of drugs, CM said, every tourist cannot be viewed in that angle.
खुद हरियाणा सीएम ने मुझसे बात की है, उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट भी किया है कि थॉरो इसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन होना चाहिए और उसका फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन उनको चाहिए तो सीबीआई के पास देने के लिए. तो वी आर रेडी टू गिव द सीबीआई के पास. हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. उनका कल मुझे फोन आया था उनके फैमिली मेंबर उनको मिलने के बाद और उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि ये केस सीबीआई के पास देने के लिए. तो फिर आज हमारी पूरी फॉर्मेलिटीज कंप्लीट होने के बाद चाहे तो मेरे डीजीपी और पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट से, क्योंकि वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरी तरह से कर रहे हैं, होने के बाद उनसे डिस्कस करके यानी इफ रिक्वायर्ड विल गिव दिस केस टू द सीबीआई ऑल्सो. वी आर डूइंग द थॉरो इन्वेस्टिगेशन रीचन इस तरह से पहली बार डीपली इन्वेस्टिगेशन उसका हो रहा है। ड्रग पेडलर से देखे, होटलर से देखे, केस जो जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट है वो सभी को सजा हो जाएगी। उसकी जिस तरह से जितना अभी पूरे इन्वेस्टिगेशन की तरफ से मेरी पूरी टीम लगी हुई है और फर्दर जैसे उन्होंने कहा कि सीबीआई के पास भी देनी चाहिए तो एक सीबीआई के पास दी जाएगी।
होम डिपार्टमेंट का पुलिस लोग कितना अफर्ट किया, क्योंकि 5 लोगों को भी अरेस्ट किया आज
द डे 1 से मैं बोल देता हूं कि जिस दिन से ये इंसिडेंस हुआ है उस दिन से आज तक मेरे पूरे होम डिपार्टमेंट के सभी ऑफिसर्स डीजीपी से लेकर पुलिस कांस्टेबल तक सभी उस केस में लगे हुए हैं और ईच एंड एवरीथिंग वी फाइंड आउट किया है।
20 लाख का होटल लोगों का इंस्ट्रक्शन रखेगा सर, क्योंकि वो ड्रग्स का मामला आ गया। ड्रग्स
हमें पहले एक बात देखना चाहिए, गोवा बीइंग अ टूरिस्टिक स्टेट, हर जो टूरिस्ट यहाँ आता है वो यहाँ पे यानी गोवा देखने के लिए आता है। हम हर एक को उसी नजरिया से देखना नहीं होता है, लेकिन विजिलेंट देखने के लिए पर्सनली माई सेल्फ इज मॉनिटरिंग। इट इज एन एंटी नार्कोटिक सेल द एएनसी मॉनिटर कर रहा है, इससे वो और टाइटन किया जाएगा। आई विल पर्सनली मॉनिटर द ईच एंड एवरी डे द एएनसी के बारे में मैंने डीजीपी को भी इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया है और उसका रिपोर्टिंग यानी मंथली बेसिस पे रिपोर्टिंग करने के लिए कहा है। आपने देखा तो विद इन यानी ढेर सारे ड्रग्स के केसेस एएनसी ने क्रैकडाउन किए हैं।
क्या लगता है कि आपको ऐसा हरियाणा को भी गोवा किन भेज रहे हैं? गोवा से हरियाणा को भी भेजेगा इन्वेस्टिगेशन।
इफ इट इज रिक्वायर्ड देन द फर्दर इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए जो कुछ लगेगा वो करेगा।
सीबीआई को ये केस हैंडल करने का
मैं फिर से एक बात बोल देता हूं आपको, क्योंकि हमारे पुलिस ने पूरी तरह से इसकी जांच की है, लेकिन फिर भी उन लोगों की डिमांड है समझो तो सीबीआई को देने के चाहिए, तो सीबीआई देना वो चाहते हैं तो हम सीबीआई देने के लिए कोई हमें हरकत नहीं है, लेकिन उसकी पूरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन हमारी पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट ने की है। मैं मेरे पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट का अभिनंदन करता हूं।
ब्यूरो रिपोर्ट, हेरल्ड टीवी।
It was a historic moment for all Goans as Archbishop of Goa and Daman, Philip Neri Ferrao, was on Saturday elevated the rank of the cardinal among 20 other cardinals by Pope Francis during a consistory for the creation of cardinals at St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican. Philip Neri is the first cardinal in the 465 years history of Christianity in Goa.
Archbishop Ferrao approached the Pope to receive the symbol of the cardinalate, red skull cap, biretta, ring, the bull assigning the title and rank. Thanksgiving masses and communitarian prayer services were held in every church and chapel in Goa and Daman. Cardinal Philip Neri Ferrao is among the 20 new cardinals who will serve as the Pope's top advisors and vote in the next conclave. During the rite, Pope Francis placed the red biretta on the new cardinals, gave them their ring and the bull assigning them their titles. Many Goans watched live the ceremony of His Eminence Philip Neri's induction. Later, Pope Francis and Pope Emeritus Benedict met the cardinals.
That was prepared. And now we go to the discourse of our Holy Father. Once more to follow him along the path of his mission, a fiery mission. So we remember this bishop who should have been here and was not able to come. We're looking at the rings now, the cardinalatial rings, which will be given to the cardinals shortly. Great is my distress till it is over. And we were also just looking at the biretta that will also be bestowed upon the new cardinals shortly. Now coming forward, Archbishop Philip Neri from Goa in India.
Arcipe, anno de mano Petri, e noveris directione principes apostolorum directionem tuam erga ecclesiam roborari. Ad Dei Omnipotentis et Sanctorum Apostolorum Petri et Pauli.
Following this consistory, the College of Cardinals will contain 226 cardinals. 132 of these cardinals will be able to elect a future pope. 94 of them are non-electors.
Bureau Report for Herald TV.
Monday will see history created in Goa when the Agri drone will be launched in Goa for the very first time to revolutionize agriculture. Under the leadership of Father George Quadros, a Salesian priest, this drone will be launched in Chinchini to benefit the local farmers. This is the next big step in agriculture after the mechanical transplantation introduced by Father George Quadros. The launch will take place on Monday at Digua Band opposite St. Sebastian Chapel. Father George Quadros tells us the benefits of the agricultural drone.
Monday will see history created in Goa when the Agri drone will be launched in Goa for the first time. The Agri drone will spray insecticide and weedicide from the air and save time, Father George Quadros said. With precision spraying and low spraying, there will be minimum liquid in the air.
Tomorrow, the 29th of August 2022, the farming community will enter a new chapter in agriculture with specific focus on paddy. With the launch of the Agri drone, much of the laborious task of the farmer will be taken care of at a very nominal rate. The drone, in short, will be used for plant protection and plant care. The drone will be used for spraying of organic as well as inorganic weedicide, fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, growth promoters, etc. Tomorrow, besides inaugurating the drone, we will be introducing nano urea, an alternative to traditional urea. First time being sprayed through drones in Goa. Half a liter of nano urea is equivalent to 45 kgs of conventional urea and will save the taxpayers money of Rs 1,500 per bag. The revolution has begun with transplanting of paddy. Now with the drone in place, farmers will get back to their fields. For more, and to witness this moment of change, be there at Chinchinium, opposite St. Sebastian's Chapel on the highway at 11 a.m.
Freddy Fernandez for Herald TV.
Fierce environmental warrior and retired university professor of Goa University, Dr. Joe D'Souza, passed away Sunday morning. He waged a relentless fight to save Goa's environment, right from mangroves, Goa's coast to infusion of formalin in fish. His last fight was against the captain of port's 3-story building, which is coming up in the water in front of Dr. Joe's house. Advocate Iris Rodriguez and Claude Alvarez paid tributes to Dr. Joe D'Souza.
Advocate Iris Rodriguez described Dr. Joe D'Souza as a great and reputed environmental scientist who was always so very disturbed and concerned on the environmental degradation of Goa and fearless and outspoken warrior for social causes. It is a great loss for Goa, he said.
To building a Dorian Kadung Zaina, it is no development zone in the water, no. That is called no development. Chalta number ba kai na titun. Chalta number आता बिल्डिंग काढून जाय, सेटलमेंट झोन काढून जाय, आणि मागीर व्हडली बिल्डिंगां येता.
Very saddened with the death of our dear friend, Dr. Joe D'Souza, a former professor of Goa University, who was very close to Goa's environmental interests. He was an environmental activist who dared to speak against anything and everything that was damaging Goa's ecology. In fact, he was very disturbed over the last many years, the way in which those in power in Goa have been ruthlessly cutting our hills and filling low-lying fields. The way Goa's ecology has been devastated. Dr. Joe D'Souza was very vocal. He was an activist at heart who cared about Goa. He was pained to see Goa suffering in such a manner. I pray to Almighty God that Dr. Joe D'Souza's soul rest in eternal peace. It is a great loss for Goa. Goa has lost one of its true son, who despite his failing health never hesitated to boldly and freely speak against everything that was going wrong with Goa.
Dr. Claude Alvarez, director of Goa Foundation, said, "There was never any time when the intensity of his passion for Goa's environment dimmed. He was one of the few who used his scientific upbringing to explain things to the public. For example, he knew everything there was needed to know of the extent of formalin poisoning through fish in Goa. He wrote on every environmental issue, always deeply informed with a strong base in science." Freddy Fernandez for Herald TV.
Advocate Radharao Gracious' book Shortcut to Tipperary was released on Saturday. The book is Radha's attempt at recreating life in rural Goa in his younger days. The story is fictitious with some actual incidents meshed and merged, but the setting is real. One purpose, among others, is to leave a record of a way of life that is so quickly disappearing. And in doing so, the author has consciously taken recourse to the theatre, concrete drama, and art form that is quintessentially Goan.
Advocate Radharao Gracious' book Shortcut to Tipperary from Goa was released on Saturday. Speakers spoke eloquently about the book. Author Radharao Gracious too shared his thoughts on the book and the Goan way of life.
Find that Goans are finding their own voice. Because as the saying goes, if you don't tell your stories, the world will not know them, and nobody else can tell your stories the way they have been lived. So this is a message after Dothor's book, Radharao Gracias' book, that every Goan has a lived-in story within himself.
The story starts in Bombay, when the two protagonists meet. I'm not going to reveal the story to you all. Like Savya said, we want you to read the book. That magic brings them together. One of them goes in search of the other after some time. Through various coincidences, they connect. And then they shift to Goa. But Tachaparas humanitarian religion, the grounds of compassion. And Karan, in the first chapter himself, he quotes Luke. And one beautiful dialogue there. Luke chapter 10, he quotes one paragraph there, and there he says, when he quotes a story, when he says, Jesus says, go and help others. The compassion, that humanity, that humility can be seen in Radhabab's writing.
One group had to end up at my office. The fishermen, the tribals, the toilet helpers, all these 40 years I must have represented the entire gambit of the Goan underclass. And that has given me the advantage. I am pretty at home sitting with the tribal of Nubia or Verna, or the fishermen in Majorda or Betalpati or anywhere on the coastal area, or the toilet keeper or anyone, or the carpenters, having sat with them, checked how they were, and seen their lifestyle.
The author has exceeded all expectations. For this, my congratulations, brother.
When he invited me, Dr. Radha Rao indicated that his intention had been to present a record of the Goa of his youth, a Goa that is fast disappearing, or indeed has already disappeared. This is not an uncommon desire among Goans of a certain age. And yet oftentimes the result is disastrous. Right? The narrative labors under the weight of an actress' frenzied desire.
Aditya Bidre for Herald TV.
The Department of Legal Metrology carried out a drive to check for goods sold by vendors ahead of Ganesh Chaturthi festival in Vasco. Assistant Controller Nitin Purushan said the department booked 43 cases, 23 package commodity cases and 20 enforcement cases for improper labeling or lack of complete information all over Goa. Seized items include firecrackers, dry fruits, sweets, all amounting to Rs 10 lakh.
The Department of Legal Metrology cracks down on spurious goods sold by vendors. The department has booked 43 cases all over Goa. Seized items include firecrackers, dry fruit, sweets, all amounting to 10 lakh rupees.
आमचो लिगल मेट्रोचे डिपार्टमेंटाचो ड्रायव्ह चालू आशिल्लो थ्रू आउट गोवा आनी ऑन अकाउंट ऑफ गणेश चतुर्थी फेस्टिवल आमकां इन्फॉर्मेशन येयल्ली की थोडे अनवॉन्टेड आमचे विदाउट डिक्लेरेशन आनी शॉर्ट डिलिव्हरी स्मजिंग केल्ले सगळे आयटम येयल्ले आसा. टील डेट आमी 43 केसीस बूक केल्ली आसा. 23 पॅकेज कॉमोडिटीज केसीस आनी 20 एनफोर्समेंट केसीस बूक केल्ले आसा. पॅकेज कॉमोडिटी केसी भितर फायर क्रॅकर आसा, ड्राय फ्रुट्स आसा, स्वीट आसा जे आमकां शॉर्ट डिलिव्हरी केल्ले आसा आनी थोड्याचेर MRP स्मजिंगूय केल्ली आशिल्ली आनी थोड्याचेर MRP नाशिल्ली.
सो आतां सद्या आयज कितली क्वॉन्टिटी अशें कितें केलां अशें कितें
रफली हो ड्रायव्ह गेले 5 दिसाक रफली अरावंड आमी 10 लाखाचो माल जप्त केल्लो आसा आपल्या गोंया भितर आनी हो ड्रायव्ह आमचो अजून चालू आसा.
लोकांक कितें बिजनेसमॅनाक कितें मेसेज दिवंक सोदता?
आमी बिजनेसमॅनाक इतलें सांगूंक सोदता की केन्ना तुमी खंयचो एक पॅकेज कॉमोडिटी आयटम घेता तेजेर नेम एंड कंप्लीट एड्रेस ऑफ मॅन्युफॅक्चरर ऑर पॅकर आनी समज ते इम्पोर्टेड गुड्स आसल्यार नेम एंड कंप्लीट एड्रेस ऑफ इम्पोर्टर आनी इम्पोर्टेड गूड आसल्यार तेजेर कंट्री ऑफ ओरिजीन आसपाचें मस्ट. कंट्री ऑफ ओरिजीन म्हळ्यार ते खंयच्या कंट्रीन मॅन्युफॅक्चर्ड केल्ले ते. सेकंड आसपाक जाय तेजेर नेम एंड मंथ एंड इयर ऑफ मॅन्युफॅक्चर ऑर मंथ एंड इयर ऑफ प्री पॅकींग आनी समज इम्पोर्टेड गुड्स आसल्यार इम्पोर्ट डेट आसपाक जाय. थर्ड नेट क्वॉन्टिटी 1 लिटर 1 किलो हाफ किलो ते आसपाक जाय. MRP आसपाक जाय. आनी आतां मेन गेल्या 3 वर्सां भितर सुप्रीम कोर्टान म्हणिल्लें आसा की कस्टमर केअर एड्रेस म्हळ्यार नेम एंड कंप्लीट एड्रेस ऑफ द पर्सन हू कॅन बी कॉन्टॅक्टेड or the name and complete address of the office who can be contacted in case of consumer complaint.
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Maithili Shirodkar, an energetic young girl, was carried forward the field of paddy art after her father's death. Maithili conducts exhibition of products during Amavasya function at Kamakshi Temple, Shiroda, and plans to have workshop to teach people and keep alive Goa's traditional paddy art.
The exhibition was put up in an ancestral house in the temple compound and displayed various items made of paddy. These paddy torans and jele have been offered to God since ages, and some even worship paddy. Earlier it was kept in the houses as preservation of biodiversity.
जे ट्रेडिशन पयलींच्यान फॉलो केल्ले ते भाताचे तोरण आनी झेले टिपिकल नांव झुंबराचे म्हणजे गोंयच्या भायर कोंकणीन भाशेन आमच्या माय भाशेन झेले अशें म्हणटात. आतां कित्याक करता कित्याक म्हणून हेजें इम्पॉर्टन्स कितें भाताच्या तोरणाचो आनी झेल्याचो इम्पॉर्टन्स कितें नवे जे दितात पळय देवळान ते नवे आमी कित्याक दिता की ते एक धान्याचें प्रतीक जशें म्हणटा की नवे जेवणान चवथीच्या जेवणान घातले शिवाय आमी अन्न ते आत्मसात करना आमी ते कंज्यूम करना. सो तेजो इम्पॉर्टन्स कितें की नवे जे आसा आमी ते एज अ देवा भशेनूच पुजता. सो पयलींच्या काळान जे नवे आसताले पळय ते लोक भाताचें तोरण किंवा झेले झुंबर म्हणटा पळय ते करून दवरताले प्रिजर्व करून दवरताले. इट्स अ वे ऑफ प्रिजर्वींग अवर बायोडायवर्सिटी. ओके सो एक जे ट्रेडिशन फॉलो करपाचो एक तो विडो जो आशिल्लो तो म्हज्या बाबान उखल्लेलो आनी एक 2013च्यान बाबान सुरवात केली. एक खूब कश्ट घेतले तशें शिकपाक कित्याक शिकोवपी मेळनाशिल्लो आनी जशें जशें आमी एडवान्स जायत गेले ही कला जी आसा ती खूब कमी लोक करताले. सो बाबान एका सोदून काडून ते एक कलाकारा कडेन गेले, तेंचे कडेन मडकय गांवांत गेले शिकपाक. थंय शिकून तेंच्यांनी ही कला आत्मसात केली. तेणें तेंच्या बाबान ही जी कला आसा ती कमर्शियलायज केली, म्हणजे विकपाक सुरू केली.
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Akash Byju's has launched Education for All towards inclusivity and empowerment of the girl child. Akash Byju's will offer free NEET and JEE coaching and scholarship to nearly 2,000 underprivileged and girl students as part of ANTE 2022, its flagship national scholarship exam. This initiative is said to be benefit students, especially girls, economically weaker families and families with one girl child or a single parent. As per the project, all identified students will appear for Akash Byju's National Talent Hunt Exam 2022, the institute's flagship scholarship exam, scheduled to be held between November 5th to 13th, 2022, across the country, both in online and offline mode.
Has launched Education for All towards inclusivity and empowerment of the girl child. Akash Byju's will offer free NEET and JEE coaching and scholarships to nearly 2,000 underprivileged and girl students as part of ANTE 2022.
So today we are here for the launch of our annual scholarship examination, which is ANTE. So ANTE stands for Akash National Talent Hunt Examination, which we used to conduct every year since 2010. This is our 13th edition. So there are many benefits if a student appear in this ANTE. They can get a scholarship up to 100%. For the top rankers, top 100 rankers, we have cash awards. This ANTE as happens at all India level, and lakhs of students appeared, so the student can check and can get exposure towards pan India level examination. So, and most important, from like last year, so 5 of lucky winners will get an all expense paid trip towards NASA. So the duration of examination is 1 hour, a total of 35 questions being asked, and there is no negative marking. The examination of the online examination date is from 5th to 13th November, and offline examination will be held on 6th of November and 13th of November at nearest of your Akash center. So this is a golden opportunity for all of our students. So just my advice to all of young aspirant, young minds who wants to become doctor, engineer, or want to qualify NTSC examination, Olympiad examination, or even for school board examination, they must write ANTE and check their potential. And we are here to support them for all financial support or all academic supports which we can provide them. So I welcome all young aspirants.
Sagun Gowde for Herald TV.
The Vadkars were once again up to the merry task of staging yet another magnificent Bondra festival on Saturday. The mesmerizing show revived the old Carrera, the heritage passed on by previous rulers, the Goan heritage, and a heady mix of song, dance and clean revelry. Watch to your heart's content.
The Vadkars once again staged a magnificent Bondra festival. The old Carrera was on show amidst a variety of beautiful floats. Goan heritage and a heady mix of song, dance and clean revelry were on display.
Portuguesa ni harlo ai saleu con carancho. Portuguesa cantando ronquella dessa bonsai. ट्युरिस्ट हे सगळे पळयतच मेळटा कशा काय ह्यो सगळ्यो वस्तू गोंयची वाडयता रे सोदी काय गोंयकारां सगळे सांगो रेत पिड्याक करिना काय सगळ्यांनी हे सांगणे आमचे मतीन धरून जाय गोंयां म्हणजे पट्यांचो जागो सोडलो ना काय गोवा ऐतिहासीक सुवात हे तूं विसरो ना काय हो एरिया सोडून सगळ्यांची गाडी उरता बसला लायट हावसाची फोटो काडून ट्युरिस्ट कोत्तात नवला
सोडून येऊन बायले नाटी चलयता आमगेली फोन आनी तुजो खबऱ्या सुजो चिकान विरा सारून कोंड्या व्हडली चोडटा गोंया सोडून येवगे धांवता म्हणटा हांगा पोटां बोल देखून बायले नाटी चलयता आमगेली फोन गुडवते आमचे शिंगोर वर्साची शेतान पाटान काम करून बोलायता आनी पोंदेरां कासले बावटे आनी फटाशीचे फाट गोंयांत आमच्या दिसो दोंगर माशेत आसा उडवाचे आशेक लागून दोंगर केले कापा दिसो ना म्हाका वस्तू करपी मार आनी कोंगार
Sagun Gowde for Herald TV.
That's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.